it's ZapdosTCG here, and welcome back to another TCG video on my channel. Today we're going to be checking out the top 16 deck lists from NAIC over from New Orleans. Andrew Hedrick actually was able to win NAIC. It was a nail-biting finale from Stefan Ivanov up against Andrew Hedrick, and it was just crazy. There was at one point a coin flip for to hit True Confusion. There was a flower selecting which needed to get the prime catcher, which happened, which it was so crazy. You should definitely re-watch the finals if you haven't already. With that being said, we're going to be checking out the top 16 deck list. So if you guys are excited, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. It only requires one tiny second every time, but does help out the channel tremendously. You have no idea. And we're also well on our way of hitting 70,000 subscribers. Bit by bit, we're getting there. So hopefully you guys are subscribing if you are new to the channel, so you don't miss out on any upcoming content. Also, be sure to check out the sponsors that make the videos possible. DragonShield.com for your sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. Use the coupon ZapdosTCG for 5% off. Stock up on some sleeves for the new season, which happens on the 1st of July. PlayMat.com for your creation of your beautiful custom playmat. PoketownStore.com for your TCG Live code card needs. Use the coupon ZapdosTCG for 5% off. And CARDMARKET.com for European players, where you're able to buy as well as sell cards to people all across Europe. Use the referral name ZapdosTCG to help support the channel. So the first list up on the menu is Andrew Hedrick's first place winning list with the Extreme Turbo Lost Box. That's what I call it because there's 4 Pokestop in here, so you go insanely turbo. Also, now that I think about it, there's a couple of 2-prizers in here that you don't typically see. Think about the Iron Torrents EX. You don't typically see that in lost boxes, but with the of course new set, the Twilight Masquerade, it was the first set and only not I'm gonna say set, the first and only tournament with this Twilight Masquerade set legal. So yeah, very strange little format that we have going around here. We of course have this being the only big event with it. Iron Torrents can shut down all the rule box abilities in play, which can shut down specific archetypes instantly. There's Blood Moon Ursaluna with a whopping 260 HP and being able to slap for 1 Carlos energy less for every prize card the opponent has taken as a very insane beat stick at the end of the game. Definitely in combination with Roxanne. There's Palpad and 4 Super Rod in here because you do go turbo with those 4 Pokestop, and with 3 Lost Vacuum in here, you really want to be focusing on getting 7 cards in the Lost Zone ASAP. With the help of Radiant Greninja, you can go sniping with Moonlight Shuriken. With the help of Sableye, you can sprinkle with Lost Mine, early game pressure with Cramorant, and late game sweep with the Blood Moon Ursaluna. There's also the capability of using Iron Hands and the MP very much, and if there's sometimes an annoying Pokemon like a Klefki or a Fluttermane, there is the capability of using something like the Iron Bundle to push it to the opponent's bench so you can have access to those things again. Straightforward list, everything, a lot of 4-Us, 4 Nazball, 4 Switch Card, 4 Switches, 4 Super Rod, so a very consistent list, and that's why it was able to get all the way to the final and even win the entire thing with Andrew Hedrick taking it all down. So a phenomenal player for sure, and now we're actually going to be checking out the second place winning list with Stefan Ivanov. He was so close of winning, of course, the NAIC, and it would have been nice because Stefan has experience with winning NAIC, so that would have been awesome to see. What do we see here is a Gardevoir list, and Monkey Dory is the star of the show. With that Adrenaline, you're gonna be able to put 3 damage counters from your side of the field to the opponent's field. So that little Monkey Dory really helping out. It helps out to take multiple KOs, and the thing I've seen a lot is that people use the Monkey Dory in combination with Fluttermane. So at one point Fluttermane can then take down 2 Pokemon at the same time. So turn 1, Monkey Dory slaps some damage. Then Fluttermane attacks as well, and then with the following turn, Monkey Dory can finish the job, so you can take multiple prize cards. Also, Monkey Dory helps out for the Drifloon to hit 330 damage. It helps for Gardevoir with a Miracle Force to slap 220 damage, so quite a phenomenal card for this updated Gardevoir list. There's TM Evolution going around for Iono, for Arven, so consistency by its side, even 2 copies of Turo, Turo in combination with Monkey Dory is super duper scary because you do have full control of putting damage on yourself with the Psychic Embrace. If you then of course hit your second Darkness Energy or Super Raw the Darkness Energy back and use Earthen Vessel for it, you can use 2 Monkey Dories at once, and that is super dangerous because that's 6 damage counters that you can put on the opponent's Pokemon in combination with the Flutter Mane is a 2-prize turn. So insane stuff for sure. You can even shut down a lot of archetypes with Klefki as well in the opening slot. So the thing I see in this list is that we don't see Mimikyu, which is also a very great thing to of course slow stuff down, but I guess the only deck you really slow down is like I would say the Raging Bolt deck, which didn't convert into the top 8 here. The top 8 consists of 6 Gardevoirs and 2 Turbo Lost boxes, so very surprising top 8 for sure. And we're going to be seeing here what else the people that played Gardevoir are playing. This time around, Stefan Ivanov goes with the Hyper Aroma here instead of the Unfair Stamp, and with of course the Temple of Sinnoh in there helping out a ton against Lugia. So you can still go Iono, Temple, and still knock something out with the Gift Energy, and then the opponent is still going to be having a low hand size. You can also do that with Enhanced Hammer, so really heavily tagged for Lugia with both Temple and Enhanced Hammer in this deck. Other than that, it's the same stuff we come to learn and love about a Gardevoir list. Even having Cresselia still helps out a lot against a Lost Box, and also the Scream Tail to snipe crazily with that Roaring Scream attack. Okay, moving forward, third place was with Kito Arai from Japan, actually. That's actually insane. People from Japan flying over for NAIC, and it paid off. Third place here with a Gardevoir list playing 2 Monkey Dory. So you do see the emphasis on playing a lot of Monkey Dory, and because that ability is super powerful, this list is also playing a Tatsugiri, which can dig for supporters if need be. They did cut down on the second Turo there, and other than that, the rest seems about the same, but they do play the second copy of the TM Evolution, helping for that consistency when going second to, of course, evolve into Curlias instantly. And it also helps because if you go for that TM Evolution play, you don't need capture the Hyper Aroma Ace-Pack card, so you can rely on Unfair Stamp, which is an insanely powerful Ace-Pack card indeed. No Temple in here, but we do have the one-off Enhanced Hammer, which helps out against Lugia and unsearchable with the means of course, Arven. Kewin Gabe from Australia, if I pronounce it correctly. So we have here another Gardevoir list. What else is part of this list is sometimes you do see people like cutting down Radiant Greninja here and there. There's a Radiant Greninja in here, a lot of one-offs, and they also played Hisuian Heavy Ball to make up for that. So sometimes you do see 2 copies of Drifloon in the list. This time around it's a 1-1-1, everything in 1 because you do have access to Arven. This is actually playing TM Devolution as well, which can put up some trouble, definitely in combination with the Adrena Brain power of the Monkey Dory. Then you can shut down and devolve. So Unfair Stamp, devolve, and Monkey Dory plays a lot of things you could do with Gardevoir. So Gardevoir is definitely a tier S deck in the format, and will it be that way during the World Championships over in Honolulu? Only we will be able to figure out when we're attending the event. Sebastian Lashmet with also a Gardevoir list. This Gardevoir list is very similar to the stuff we've seen before. No new cards to talk about here. So we do see Klefki making an appearance here again, and then Temple of Sinnoh. No Enhanced Hammer in here, and they do have 3 copies of the Ultra Ball and only 1 Monkey Dory. Then there is Henry Chow from United States as well here, Gardevoir again, but they are playing the Mimikyu. I think Mimikyu is super underrated right now, and if I would be playing Gardevoir, I personally would include it in the list because you can definitely make it rough for specific archetypes out there. Definitely Raging Bolt, but also stuff like Goldango. Even Goldango is not that popular, but having just one of Mimikyu can really help out, sometimes even against Charizard as well, to have a little bit of time, even though Charizard did appear too much over in this tournament. We also see here 2 Monkey Dory in the list, and going with Luxurious Cape, which is a card we haven't seen in this top 8 quite yet. 3 copies of the Darkness Energy though, so you can find those ASAP. I personally would scratch that instantly for a second copy of Earthen Vessel, because I'm a big fan of Earthen Vessel in this list. And you also see 1 copy of Irida. In the Japan Championships or the Champions League, we did see a person playing 4 copies of Irida. So that was very strange, but they cut down like 3 Arven and then 1 Irida in this list. And the last Gardevoir of the list is going to be, yeah, this is the list we've seen here with the Luxury Escape. So the last one is going to be Natalie Miller from Australia as well. Let's see what this Gardevoir list is all about. 2 copies of TM Evo for the consistency, a copy of Enhanced Hammer. So every of these lists had an answer for the Legacy Energy or the Gift Energy from a Lugia. That's why also Lugia did not convert very well. You might think, oh, Lugia has now an upside because they can have Iron Hands going around with Legacy Energy, making it hard for Gardevoir. But our Gardevoir just says, nope, Enhanced Hammer, and off you go. Back to the races. Enhanced Hammer could also knock off specific other special energies. Think about double turbo energies and specific lists here and there. But more importantly, it was, of course, for Legacy Energy, which was quite the menace. Yeah, not a lot to say here. There was only one of these lists playing the Tatsugiri. Some of these lists are playing 2 Tiro, other lists are playing 2 Monkey Dory, some lists are playing 3 Darkness Energies, 2 seems to be the norm, and 7 Psychic Energies. You don't need more because Drifloon with a couple of energies, I think it's like 6 of them can already one-shot like everything in existence. Is it 6 energies or like 5 energies would be enough, right? 5 energies is already enough to one-shot everything because of the power of the Monkey Dory in there. So, enough about Gardevoirs. Let's talk about Andrew Ganter's list from Lost Box here. Is it going to be a different list? Very similar to Andrew Hedrick's list. Also having Iron Thorns, also having Iron Hands, Iron Bundle here. What is different is the question you might ask yourself. And that's they cut down a Pokestop and they added in a second copy of Pokegear. They cut down a Switch and they added in... I would really have to think here what they added in. Maybe it was I don't even know. I have to put them side by side here to really know what they have rocking with. So we do see a second copy of Pokegear in there. And what else is different? There's a rescue board. Colorless Roxanne Boss. Colorless Roxanne Boss. Yeah, I should really have to check here what is different here. Also 3 copies of Vacuum. Definitely like a Switch has been cut down for a Pokegear, and then yeah, a Pokegear, actually a Pokestop has been cut down for another card. I don't even currently see which one it is, but it is the lists are very similar, and that is actually the top 8 for NAIC. Now, because they are not currently available over at LimitlessTCG.com, we do have other sources to give you guys the top 16 deck list ASAP. That's what you want to be seeing. So let's check out the 9 plays list. We are here at PTCGstats.com here with Brent Donaldson. Has been going up in a crazy season. I think they got like over 40k this season alone, so they have been tearing up the scene. And this is actually, is it another Gardevoir list? Yeah, you guessed it. I think this is gonna be another Guardy list that we're gonna be taking a look at here currently. So let us all dive into this list. It's a little bit more difficult to see what they have been playing with, but this should be enough to give ourselves a glance on this exact 60. So first of all, we do see 2 copies of Darkness Energy. Seems to be the norm. There is the Cresselia still part of the deck here. Manaphy also in every guarded list out there. I think this is going to be a Klefki, a Fluttermane, the Monkey Dory, Cresselia. So very similar stuff we've seen before for Arven, for Iono, Boss, Turo, for Buddy Puffins, 2 Counter Catcher, 2 Earthen Vessel, 2 Nazball, 2 Ultra Ball, Enhanced Hammer, Hisuian Heavy Ball. Seems to be also a part of these to make room for lists like these. I think it's going to be the exact same list we've seen before. So Unfair Stamp seems to be the norm, and 2 copies of the Artisan. Okay, cool. Moving forward, we have Ben Cryer from, I don't know where they're from, but they are playing Snorlax Control. Is it Snorlax? It's actually going to be Snorlax Block. That's the deck that they have been rocking with for that top 16 finish, 10th place here for Snorlax Block. What is different about this list? Not a lot that we haven't seen before. There is 4 copies of Snorlax, 2 copies of Rotom, a Mimikyu, a Pidgeot. There's 4 copies of Temple of Sinnoh. They really want to emphasize the fact that they wanted to counter Lugia. Lugia was a highly expected deck and it was countered heavily. Hero Escape, Bravery Charm, Defiance Band, 4 Sealstone, Handheld Fan. Is a unique cool looking tool from the Twilight Masquerade set, helping out Giacomo to even help on top of the Lugia matchup, so it makes it really easy. Arven's for Penny, 3 Eerie, 2 Misfortune Sister, Erica's Invitation, Team Yell's Chair, Silene Ionu, Boss's Orders, 4 Pokegear, 4 Nazball, 4 Counter Catcher, Accompanying Flute, such an annoying item to be dealing with. Looking at the top 5 cards of the opponent's deck, can select any number of basic Pokemon you find there and slap them down on the opponent's bench. This item is powerful, so powerful. Indeed, 2 copies of Switch Card, 4 copies, actually 3 copies of Palpat, 1 Super Rod, and a Hisuian Heavy Ball. So they cut down on a couple of supporters here, and they went for, yeah, it was a very consistent list, I might add. So no Mantine, any weird shenanigans like that. Also not too many HP buffing tools, although they did have a mixture of tools, so they can get it back with Silene. So Snorlax stall. I wonder what their matchups were, but it was a very strong run indeed. Next up is Mike Gibbs with Miraidon, and this is where I thought this is going to be a really great conversion for Miraidon, because if there's so many Gardevoirs, Miraidon should be doing something right. And Miraidon did get 11th place, if I'm not mistaken here, and that's actually not too bad. And the thing here with this Miraidon list is that it is similar to stuff we've seen before. Miraidon has updated here. We do see the Blood Moon Ursaluna. I'm currently also playing that in my list that I'm testing out. 2 copies of Squawkabilly, no Tatsugiri in here. We do know that Miraidon did win the Japan Nationals there. So 4 copies of Balsasaurus, 4 copies of Arven, and then there's a whole lot of energies here. So 4, 4, 4, that's 12, with 4 even on top of that. That is going to be 16 lightning energies, 2 DTE. So having access to Electric Generator and the success rate of it is going to be super huge. 4 Nazball, 4 Ultra Ball, 2 Switch Card, a Prime Catcher, the Lost Vacuum, 2 Bravery Charm, 1 Town Store, 4 Assistant, and an Escape Board. So very, very solid list. And yeah, turn 1 Iron Hands. That's what you want to be doing with lists like these. Only 1 copy of Zapdos, so I think it's going to be pretty difficult to do some crazy stuff off against Raging Bolt. You have to have like a 1 prizer up in front, which probably was going to be Greninja. So not too bad of a list. Very solid for the Miraidon lovers out there. Then Grand Malney, you guessed it, also on the Gardevoir hype train here, 12th place with this Guardy list. And this is, I think, very similar to the list from Brent Tonneson, if I would say. So 2 Churros, I can see here, Unfair Stamp, 2 copies of Artisan, Drifloon, Screamtail, Cresselia, 1 Monkey Dory, 1 Fluttermane, no Klefki in here though, and only 1 Darkness Energy as well. Okay, that's pretty interesting. They did opt to get some more room for the 2nd copy of the TM Evolution, and they are playing 8 copies of the Psychic Energy. So cool. Gardevoir was definitely the deck to play during the NAIC, and it was definitely showing here. Then we do see a top 16 placement for Raging Bolt Ogerpon because of Brandon Salazar. Let's see here what they have. Okay, I do instantly see the Sandy Shocks EX, which is cool. So what else do we have in this exact 60? So 4 Raging Bolt, 4 Ogerpon, Squawkabilly, Radiant Greninja, 1 prize Sandy Shocks, and Sandy Shocks EX in the late game. These are, Sandy Shocks EX is very powerful. Not only is it a target for Sada, it can also become an attacker itself, and it can absorb energies as soon as the opponent has taken 2 prize cards. Very consistent list with 4 Retrievals, 4 Nazball, 4 Vessel, 4 Trekking Shoes. So you do see when you're playing an Internationals, consistency is always key. We'd also see 3 copies of Pokegear, 2 Switch Card, 2 Pokemon Catcher, a Vacuum, Hisuian Heavy Ball, Palpad, and Prime Catcher in here, 2 copies of Pokestops, and then there are 7 Grass Energies, 3 Fighting, 3 Lightning, as we come to learn and love about the Raging Bolt list. So cool, this is a strong run for Raging Bolt, a top 16 placement, not too shabby. 14th place with Jacob I with a Regidrago Ogerpon list, and this is something I really like here. One of the lists I have been testing with a lot as well, and it only becomes stronger for Worlds as it does gain the Kyurem, which is going to be cleaning up Lost Box, as it also gains the Haxorus, which is going to be able to slap through anything with a special energy, and also deactivating Legacy Energy since you KO something with the effect of an attack and not by damage, which is so totally awesome. So for Regidrago VSTAR, for Ogerpon, there is the Goodra V-Star, 2 copies of the Dracopult EX, 1 Raging Bolt EX, a Noivern, which can lock down a lot of opponents, Mew EX, Cleffa. I think we've also played with this on the channel before, so definitely check it out. There is, of course, 1 copy of Penny in here. Very wacky that they play 3 different arts for Bossasaurus, but they are doing it. 4 copies of E-switches, all different copies as well, so they really want to put the opponents on the... some people that cannot withstand the power of the different arts. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 copies of the grass energy and 3 copies of fire energy. So solid list, and it gets off the attack of Dragapult way more often than Dragapult itself. So that's funny that this is the highest placing Dragapult list, because it's actually a Regidrago list. 15th place Sawyer Melbourne with Lost Box. So taking a look at this Lost Box list. Very similar to the stuff we've seen before. 4 copies of Pokestop, Blood Moon Luna, Iron Thorns. Like, it's almost the exact same 60, I would say, like Andrew Hedrick, the person winning this tournament. Although I do see they cut down the 4th switch for Hassel, which is looking at like the top 8 cards and select 2 of them, shuffle the rest back if somebody got knocked out during the opponent's last turn. So very interesting. If you want to have those digs for Mirage Gate in the late game, Hassel can do that without a hassle. See where we're going with that. Then we have 16 plays with Gardevoir, Edwin Mesman, and let's see what this Gardevoir list is all about. The Gardevoir list is playing the same stuff we've seen before. Only 1 stadium. It's going to be the Artisan. They play Cresselia, Fluttermane, even Cleffa in here. You don't see that every day in a Gardevoir list. There's a Drifloon, 2 copies of Monkey Dory. So they cut down Artisan for a 2nd copy of Monkey Dory. They cut down a Bravery Charm for like the Cleffa in there. So more consistency, I would say. And there's 2 Turos in there. And the boss's orders, as we've seen in a lot of these lists. So Gardevoir, the insane conversion rate for top 16. I'm gonna check out some more lists out there, because people want to be seeing some other stuff. 17th place for the Nicholas Moffat with Chien-Pao of all things. Chien-Pao still converting. Hey, that's crazy. I thought this deck was that, or people were claiming it was that with the Twilight Masquerade set, and it is still around and is not playing that many new cards. I would say none of them. So there's just classical Chien-Pao, but they do play 70 HP Bidoof, 70 HP Frigibax, just in case they see any Raging Bolt. So there's a 3-2 line in there, and for specific matchups you get out the 70 HP basics, and 2 copies of the Cypher Maniacs Code Breaker on top as well, so we can have some stuff. So Chien-Pao, not that. For Chien-Pao believers out there, Jared Grimes and stuff, Chien-Pao is still there. Tord Recklef with Dragapult Charizard. A Dragapult Charizard list. Let us take a look at what they are rocking. The combination of Dragapult and Charizard EX. They didn't get into top 8. It has to be a top 32 placement here for Tord Recklef, but yeah, the genius master of creating crazy cool archetypes. There's the Collapse Stadium in there, 2 copies of Turo, 2 Iono, 4 Arven counter catchers, 2 of them. There's the Temple of Sinnoh in there, as mentioned, Collapse Stadium. We have TM Evolution for a Sealstone, like a little bit of everything. He loves playing a lot of one-offs here. Luminion V in there, and I currently cannot see any Rotom V. Is that what I see here? 4 Buddy Buddy Puff and 4 Ultra Ball for Rare Candy. So consistency to get Charizard out, or consistency to get Dragapult out, but I don't see... Yeah, I really don't see any Rotom. So that's the most particular thing, but there's also a Cleffa in here. I'm having a lot of fun with that Cleffa. What else is also in here? We're going to be checking out a Future Box. I'm going to also check out some different lists here. A Future Box. Okay, let's just check out Ian Rob's Miraidon list here. Is it different than the Miraidon list we've seen? Let's take a look at it. Yeah, that's very difficult to take a look at. 14 Lightning Energies in the list. Okay, there is that. What else do I see here that is standing out? Future Booster Energy Capsule in there. 4 Research, 3 Iono, 2 Arvens, so a little bit less on the Arvens. Blood Moon Ursaluna also part of the Miraidon list, and also I see Iron Thorns EX. Okay, so moving forward, Future Box number 20. 20 plays with Future Box. This is going to be the one playing, the 2 baby Miraidon, to of course set yourself up with the peak acceleration. 3 copies of Iron Hands, 4 copies of the Iron Crown. There is going to be 1 copy of the Iron Thorns. So Iron Thorns was in a lot of lists, so I was right that this card was incredibly broken. A Mew EX in there, lots of energies. 4 copies of Iono, that's actually a lot of Iono to be honest. 4 Research for Arven, 4 Techno Radar, 4 Electric Radar, for Electric Generator, so lots of consistency. We have Lost Vacuum, Nazba, Pokegear, 2 Counter Catchers, 1 Prime Catcher, so the list is still amping everyone very, very much. Okay. Then a Lugia list, Alex Szymanski, 21, so a lot of these star players over here converting and getting placements, so the game is still skillful, that's nice. Lugia VSTAR, and it was actually a very unique Lugia VSTAR with, the focus on Iron Hands EX with 2 copies of Iron Hands, no Chinchino in here, and a random Drapion V, Weirdier V in here as well, so your focus is going for MP very much by turn 2, and for the late game you have Weirdier to of course go for the one-shots. Sometimes Blood Moon can also do the job. Mesagosa, Tower of, Jamming Tower in there, and Earthen Vessel also part in the list to find your Lightning Energies, because Lightning Energies, basic Lightning Energies are also in here, so you can attack with multiple Iron Hands. Cool, innovative list. I think Crackler also played the list. Other than that, not something new. We want to see some more of the Gardevoirs converting, 1 more Chien-Pao, a Raging Bolt, and that's about it. So that's about it we're going to be talking about today. So hopefully you enjoyed the video of course, the NAIC results. Big shout out to Andrew Hendrick for winning NAIC with the beautiful list you see up on the screen right now. And if you enjoyed the video, let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. We're going to be playing with this list tomorrow, so you definitely don't want to be missing out on any upcoming content. And as always, I want to appreciate every single person that is subscribed, because we are well on our way for the 70,000 subscriber mark, and it's going to be so legendary you have no idea. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day. Check out the sponsors, links down below if you're needing sleeves, binders, deck boxes, a custom playmat, TCG Live code cards, or if you're European to buy cards, all the links down below for your particular needs. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG awesomeness. Peace.